Good morning, Terrell here. Today we got a long, busy day. Try to get a lot of stuff done. Maybe we get 2 things done in one video. First thing is finishing this motor off. Got to get the timing cover here, and here on. And then we have phenolic spacers and intake manifold, and then turbo in the back. And then one of my highest viewed videos, the car had some issues and we got to fix some things. So this stub Rex you guys saw, we did a turbo, injectors upgraded. The injectors actually failed. They all dumped fuel and hydrolocked the engine. But we got a new engine yesterday for it. So we're gonna go ahead and probably pull that motor out today and then get this one all assembled. It needs intake on, it needs exhaust on, flywheel, that kind of thing. Just accessories mostly swapped over and then drop it in. And as far as I know, this thing has about 0 miles, just a couple starts on it. This is that motor. Looks nice and shiny. Looks very, very new. It's just EJ20. So I guess we'll get started. I'm probably gonna drop this, the timing stuff on this car and then install the crank pulley, the crank bolts, and then I have to get intake manifold gaskets for both cars. So I'm gonna have to get, this one has phenolic spacers, so I'm going to have to buy 1 for the bottoms and 1 for the tops. So 4 total for this engine. And the other engine, I'm gonna have to buy 2 more as well. Like I said, I'm gonna start with the timing cover, so I'll get those on. I'll just show you once they're installed real quick. Alrighty, front timing covers are installed, crank pulleys on and torqued. Next, I'm gonna probably put the turbo on. Alright, turbo is installed. It is an FP red. Gonna go ahead and tighten the bolts down for this up pipe. Trying to get the motivation to start pulling this EJ out of this car that's knocking. I think what I'm gonna do is just do a time lapse of me pulling the entire motor out. Of me disconnecting everything, because I've shown so many videos on this channel of me actually taking everything apart. It's just repetitive. All right, you just saw me do everything for the engine. All I have left is the motor mounts, the 2 nuts down there, and then I gotta lift the motor up and the transmission up at the same time, and then take the AC off, and that should be everything left. Okay, motor mount nuts are off, and AC lines are off. I found out there was no AC in the lines, so I just took them off, and I lifted it up, and time to pull it out. Okay, you just saw me pull the engine out. I just took the headers off for the turbo. It's all on the ground. Now I'm gonna put the engine on the ground, and then I just have to take off the intake manifold. I think the coolant crossover pipe, clutch, stuff like that, turbo, and then I gotta check and see if I need motor mounts. And I'm gonna swap everything over. I probably won't record a lot of this just because it's just basic parts. but I'll record installing the new engine and then getting it running. And just like that, I got the intake manifold off. The knock sensor was backwards, but other than that, it was pretty much okay. Got to remove the turbo, and then this coolant crossover pipe right here, and the AC compressor, and then right there, the oil install tube. I got very busy. I got the header off right there. The intake manifold is sitting here. The clutch and coolant crossover, turbo, and everything else is sitting right here. Engine is totally stripped down from all the parts I actually need. So I think I'm gonna get new gaskets, exhaust, and intake, and then drop them on here. New coolant crossover pipe O-rings. And then once all that's done, this motor should be ready to drop back in the car. Installing these gaskets for these phenolic spacers. Got one on the bottom and one on top. Oh, it's been a long day. I got started on the EJ20 motor, the one that blew up. Installed new coolant crossover pipe gaskets, and then I installed new intake manifold gaskets, and then installed the clutch and the flywheel and the pressure plate and headers and everything else onto it, and then I decided to just put the engine in the car. So I didn't record anything, I just was trying to get everything done. You can see, got everything hooked up here. Kind of some cool goodies. This is, I mean, it's brand new. It's hard to see, but it's really fresh in there. Super shiny. Down below, look at this. He gets a free IAG oil pan. Came with the engine. Only thing missing right now is the oil cooler. So getting an oil cooler ordered, and then it'll be installed a couple days here. And then this one should be all good to go. And next I need to work on the other WX motor, but I think this time frame is gonna be probably getting both of these running at about the same time, which is awesome. So I'll have content in a couple days. This whole video will be posted. I'm gonna try to do a little more recording on this other engine, but it just has flywheel and then a couple covers in the back, and then this one's ready to put back in the car. Well, I got some of that on film, and then I thought I pressed record, and I actually didn't. So anyways, my 85-year-old grandfather and I installed the engine. You saw me put the clutch on and the pressure plate and everything, and then, you know, glue the back plate on. And now the engine is in the car. Everything is assembled. We have one plug we have to fix, and then oil and coolant, and we're just about there. I just need to make sure we're not missing anything and no leaks or anything, but I'll show you the engine bay. So we got the front mount, we got intercoil pipes coming up and around. There's that one, and then that one comes down and around. We've got this whole wiring harness that's all done up. It looks pretty. We've got the external, we've got the aero separator installed. We've got the blow-off valve line on, and everything is pretty much tight. I honestly don't know if this filter goes like this or not. I have to find out from him. But everything else is pretty much done. Battery cables need to be installed. Fuel lines are on. Coolant lines are on. Everything's tight. So I'm going to go ahead and get coolant and oil probably after my dinner. And then install that. Or obviously just, you know, fill it up. Check levels. And then probably prime it tonight and see where we're at. Make sure we don't have any leaks. And I'll record all that and go from there. But thank you for watching this far. All right, ate some dinner, just do some oil in this Subaru, and I put some coolant in. I'm gonna let it bleed overnight, and I will see you guys in the morning. I'm gonna start it up in the morning, and that way I got some daylight so I can see what's actually leaking, if there is anything. But yeah, let's get some daylight. She's alive. As you just saw, the 04XX is now running. We had a coolant leak, and I tightened a fitting on the back of the motor for the cylinder 4 cooling mod. I believe it's fixed. And as far as I know, we have 2 sensors we have to fix still, and then it is pretty much there. And I think the battery is so dead that it wants to kill itself, so I need to probably either charge it or install a new battery. But we got oil pressure, it's running, not very much, a lot of response yet. Like I said, I think that might be because the battery is just so dead, it has no power to it. But once I get that fixed, should be good to go. Next motor, and this video will have 3 motor installs done on it. I think that's kind of cool. I'm going up from 2 to 3 in 3 days. And then the next video, maybe I'll do 4. I'm gonna be installing is on this blue 13XX. I just need to install the head. We just got a valve installed into it, so I need to put this all together. I'll probably time lapse that as well. Well, the oil filter came in, so now I'm gonna go ahead and install, the oil filter adapter for the black 03XX. So I'm gonna go ahead and install that, install the oil filter tight, make sure oil is good, coolant's topped off, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start that car. This car's running absolutely amazing. I just need to fix one wire. All right, I just fixed the terminal for the black 03XX, and now I'm gonna go ahead and check the coolant level and the oil level, and then take it for a test drive. I'm gonna try to get a few miles on this, bring it back in, make sure coolant level is good to go, and then he's gonna be able to pick up the car tonight. Coolant and oil are topped off. At 0 miles, currently gonna go put a couple of miles on. All right, I just drove her 4 miles and then brought her back, topped off coolant level, checked the oil level, and then I just detailed a little bit. You can see how detailed she is. Looks a lot cleaner anyhow. Not perfect, but a lot better, not so greasy. I'm gonna do 4 more miles on this car, and then as long as I have no more leaks, or no leaks at all that I can see, customer will come get this tonight. And next I'm gonna work on the red car again. I'm gonna bring it in the driveway once the battery's charged and make sure that everything's working good there and no leaks. And then this blue car, I'm gonna go ahead and get the engine in probably today, and then end the video with that thing running and leaving my house as well. All right, a little quick update. Just got the timing done, and then the clutch on and valve cover on, coil packs on, I'll show you that. This motor just got timed. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna go ahead and put these covers on here and here. And then I have a front cover that goes across, and then a side cover and a side cover. And then I'm gonna put the AC belt on, I believe. And this motor's about ready to drop in. Show you this brand new clutch here. And she's looking good. Alrighty, my dad and I are about to put this motor in this hatchback. He's never put a WX motor in before. I put probably a couple hundred, so it's gonna be kind of fun. I'm gonna show him how to do it. I'm just gonna time lapse it, but we're gonna do this together. So I've done 2 now with my grandfather. I'm doing 1 with my dad today. Well, my dad helped me get it in. You saw we tried getting it at first. I didn't have the clutch perfectly lined up, so I took the motor back out and then I just realigned the clutch. And now the motor is in the car. Just tightened up the bell housing bolts, starting with the nuts and then the top bolts and everything. And then I'll just show you when I get closer to being done. I've made many videos of doing all this, so I don't want to bore you. But I'll show you when it's all done. All right, it took me a little bit longer than I thought, but I got the engine all buckled up. One of the exhaust bolts broke on removal. It snapped, so we have a tiny exhaust leak, but everything else is tight. I just topped coolant off, topped oil off. I'm gonna go ahead and start this thing for its first time, and then as long as it runs good, no leaks, put it on the ground and go ahead and drive it. Alrighty, I found a small leak on the back of the manifold. That's why it sounds so high-pitched. Let's try this again. Much better. Now she sounds like an engine. Beautiful. Alright, black WX just left. Now let's see if we can get this red one to leave. I just pulled a tune on this 04 WX. It's just a base map, so I didn't expect a whole lot, but the VE table looked absolutely terrible. Just the fuel. So I changed fueling on that, and now I actually have some throttle response. So I'm gonna go ahead and drive this, make sure it drives a little bit, and then bleed coolant. And I have a knock sensor code, so I think I need to rewire the knock sensor, and I think we're gonna be okay. I still need to wire in the power steering wire, but she's driving. She sounds good and healthy. Got throttle response much better with the VE table. Look at that. First drive this car's had in 2 years. Sounds good. Sorry about the floppiness, it's a bumpy car. A little update on this red WX. I'll get in the background here. Right there. So far I changed the idle a little bit as far as air fuel, so it's got more throttle response. The O2 sensor is not reading at all, so I think it needs an actual new the wideband O2. Sorry, I got some hiccups. And then I rewired the power steering pressure switch and the knock sensor. Show you real quick. This I know is topped off. This sitting here, look at that. Tons of fluid in there. Still a little bit warm, but it means we're holding good fluid. I'm gonna go ahead and check the oil, and then probably drive this a little bit more, and if it drives smoothly, then I'm gonna have him come get it probably tomorrow. And he's getting a break-in tune from somebody else. I just want to make sure to drive it good enough, so I did change VE just a little bit. But anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna end the video here. We did 3 motors, 2 with my grandfather and 1 with my dad. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, press like and subscribe. If you didn't, comment why below.